5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Oka Cast. I'm your host and your best friend, Alan.
And I'm your other host, Tin.
Wow, we're back. Doing it.
Getting to it.
Every single time we have to do some troubleshooting and like, does this work? Oh, nope. Does this work?
Yeah.
Nope.
I was like, how do we get it to work last time, but it's not working this time? Like, what the heck? What do we do differently? And then we're just like pulling shit out, putting shit back in, pulling shit out over here.
Turning knobs, pressing buttons randomly.
Well, maybe this won't work now. We need to have a consistent setup.
Yeah, we just need like one place and then leave it the way it is.
Yeah. I was gonna clean the basement room out, but we just had that that hurricane/tornado, whatever, Isaiah, and our basement just flooded a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to leave podcast stuff down there
True.
as of right now.
And the issue is like a lot of this stuff, like I take this home, I'll take this home.
Right.
Take a lot of this stuff home though.
Do you use this stuff at home? Oh, you do use everything at home?
I don't use this though. I don't use this. I the only thing I use is my mic and the interface.
Gotcha.
So what's been up with you, Tin? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm actually going to be starting school again September 1st. That's new. Just to finish up my bachelor's for nursing. Bachelor's in nursing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's one thing.
Is it going to be like online courses and stuff?
Yeah, all online courses. Actually, the university is going to be in Utah.
Oh, okay.
It's called Western Governors University.
Interesting.
I bet they're really well known for their online program there.
So it was an online program to begin with, right? It wasn't like because of COVID that they...
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was already looking into it before even COVID even started happening. Because they had like their program's like really cheap for one. And it's just a lot of people just have really good reviews on it. So can't wait to try it out. Well, not really. I hate school.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what it has to offer, I guess. It's a whole new experience,
Yeah.
Traditional classroom based versus online classroom based learning. But yeah, that's an update for me. What about you? Anything?
Not much new.
Nice.
I have been thinking a lot about like this, not for the podcast in particular. I was just like, recently I just been thinking like, man, I want to talk to Tin.
Right? Yeah. It's been a while since you talk to each other, so just keep each other updated.
Yeah, I was talking to Sabrina the other day, and I was talking about how I used to like be really excited to do the podcast. Like, man, I want to record new stuff. I want to like share with people. I want to do the podcast. But now, like, ever since quarantine started, it's mostly been a feeling of I want to talk to Tin.
Aww.
It's like instead of the goal being I want to like record new stuff for the podcast, it's like I don't care if we record it or not. I just want to like have a conversation. And I think this is just a good excuse to do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice to hear. It's nice talking to you too, man.
I think it's just because we haven't really hung out that much.
Yeah.
In the last like 4 months.
Yeah. Life just gets in the way, But sometimes it's good to come back. I know what you mean, though. Like, sometimes you just need to get some thoughts out of your heads. You just say some stuff, you know? Right? Just shoot the shit kind of thing.
It's crazy because that's true with everyone. I haven't talked to anyone in like months.
Right. And then you just kind of feel like, damn, what's everyone been up to, you know?
It's hard because on the one hand, it's like, I really don't want to see people because of like Corona and stuff. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, it's like, man, I really wish just like hanging out with people. So it's like a weird, conflicting like battle in my head.
Yeah.
Like you want to hang out, but you don't want to hang out. It's weird.
It's like at the same time, you don't want to risk anything, but you just want the company of friends, It's hard because like life is not the same as it will be, Like that cabin trip was like probably our last shebang.
Oh no.
Where we didn't have to worry about that shit. Yeah, I know what you mean though. And I don't know. I hate having to worry about it, but it's like it lingers there.
Yeah.
That vaccine cannot come any sooner, dude. There's actually a website where there's a corona's vaccine tracker to see how many vaccines are in trial right now and what phase they're in. And there's I think there's like 121 vaccines right now, but like about 21 of them or 20 or 3, I forget, are in like phase 3 where they're actually doing like controlled testing groups right now. So it's actually
that's when they do like placebo testing, right?
Yeah.
Phase 3.
And even like the people who are administering it don't even know what they're administering either. So that's how much of a controlled group there is. So
double blind test.
Exactly. But I heard that, I don't know if it's true or not, but the first wave of people that once it goes into like actual on the market-ish, like administrating, the first people that are going to get it are the healthcare workers.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. But I'm not really too excited about it, to be honest, because then I'll be this guinea pig. If anything else goes wrong, then it's like shit.
Like it doesn't work.
Yeah, if it doesn't work for one part. 2, if there's any like lasting side effects, then I'll be the one to present them.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think about like side effects.
Like shit. Like, well, guys, I can't get rid of this tremor in my hand anymore. This is here forever.
You're trying to like put in a line.
Yeah.
I got it. Don't worry. I got.
Why can't we other people be guinea pigs? That's what the people who sign up to be to be testers for. But I feel like even though if it were to be administrated to healthcare workers, it would probably be really safe by then. But this is the reality that we live in.
Yeah. Sabrina was just saying like the last like 4 or 5 episodes, we always just take like 5-6 minutes in the beginning to talk about COVID.
Yeah, man.
That's part of our life now.
Yeah, we can't. What's it called? We can't hide away from it. We can't not talk about it. But
it is very stressful, though.
And we always think about it every day too.
Oh, God.
It's like when we wake up, I was like, ah.
You know, it used to be phone, wallet, keys. Now it's phone, wallet, keys, mask.
Yeah. you ever see that meme where the guy comes out of the car? Well, he comes out of the car and goes to the store. It's like, oh, fuck. I forgot the mask. He goes and run back to the car every fucking single time.
My thing is phone, wallet, keys, mask, hydro flask. That's one of my 5 things.
Hydro flask priorities, it's important. Always gotta stay hydrated.
I'm waiting for them to sponsor my ass, dude. I have gotten so many people on that train.
We even gave him a shout out on like, the episode with Ashley too.
Yeah, I'm a freaking brand ambassador.
They don't know, man. They could be rolling in dope because of us right now.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, actually, on my mind recently, it just kind of came across my mind that I receive a lot of gifts from people, just in general. That's like, I don't even ask for it. They just, gifts are just like out of what's the generosity, I guess.
That's nice.
Yeah. I would say a lot, but it just happens to come here, Tin, I made this for you. Like my coworkers are making masks for me, which is actually really nice from work. So like Sabrina will give me like a sticker, for example, and write a little note. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And I don't know, those are some small things at the top of my head I can think of right now. But like in general, I'm like, this is actually really nice, people getting gifts. But like for me, on my end, I was like, I don't really give gifts at all. And I was like, damn, I wonder if I should try getting gifts like for people, or start trying to work on getting gifts. Maybe that's just not my thing,
Yeah, you know that love languages thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like gift giving is not one of your love languages,
It's not, no. Because I took that love language thing before at Tiffany. And I think one of them was physical touch. That's what I got. I don't know
what are your top 2? Physical touch, and do you remember?
I don't remember the other one is. I just remember the physical one was my number 1 thing. So hugs go a long way for me.
Yeah.
Like like I don't give gifts, but I give hugs,
Yeah. I mean, that's the way you express love. That's your language, is physical touch. Mine is physical touch and quality time. Those are my 2 big ones.
Oh, quality time. That I don't know if that will be my second, but I would say that probably would be my second because I don't know what I forgot the whole my result was. But yeah, for example, I had this fucking book here that I got for Claudia for her birthday, which was in fucking April.
Oh no, it's still
sitting here because at that time I was like, I should try to give people birthday gifts, more often. And at that time, I got your sister a cooking book, and I got Claudia a gift too. I got them off an Elf Store wish list. Yeah, I finally got Florence's hers like maybe a month after, but I still have fucking Claudia's gift right here. So I still haven't made it. I even told her I got her a gift. I just sitting here, and then but like birthdays have been passing by. I'm like shit. I forgot to get Joe a gift because his birthday just passed a little before mine, and then Shijin's. I'm just not a good gift giver, and I'm like I'm much more aware of it now. I feel like I want to work on that, but it just doesn't come to mind for me to give to them. I don't know. For me, it helps. I like to think the idea that me hanging out with them or just setting up plans for us to hang out is just like the best gift I could give.
Yeah,
the quality time.
But that's like not doable as much right now.
I know. Yeah. So I was taking a toll on me a little bit.
The way you share your love is being hindered.
I know.
Do you feel like you have to buy gifts for all of your friends, like birthday wise?
I feel like I don't have to.
Okay. But then if you buy a gift for one friend, do you feel like you have to buy gifts for all your friends?
Yeah. I do feel that way.
You're like, oh, I can't leave anyone out now.
Exactly. It's the same thing if people like for my coworkers too at work. It's like if I just do one thing for one person, I'm like maybe I should do everything for all the nurses on the unit too, And it's just kind of like with that kind of mindset, it's like maybe it's better if I just don't do anything at all.
My mentality is I'll try to buy gifts for people who buy me gifts. Like they buy me a birthday gift, I'm like, all right, next time their birthday comes around, I'll get them something.
Yeah,
if I remember.
That's usually how I like to think too, but the idea just kind of eludes me or just escapes my thought, and I just feel like, oh fuck, I forgot to get them a gift. Damn it,
So you were like trying to buy people like more gifts this
time around, but it's still like it's still out of my I don't say comfort zone, but more like it's not in my habit.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make it a better habit, but it's still very hard. But like, it helps because that Tiffany like has everyone's birthdays on her calendar on her phone, and Tiffany and I have our calendars synced together, so I got pretty much a know ahead of time of whose birthday is coming up, so I can just kind of plan ahead of time. But it really depends on how often I see them as well.
Sabrina's birthday just passed like earlier this month,
right?
And I got her a blanket with like it's like a picture of Nova printed on the blanket.
Oh yeah.
And then I got her a pair of socks with my face printed on it.
That's cute. She showed me the blanket on the snap. I didn't see the socks though. That was cute.
So I got the blanket and I was like, when they go to checkout, they're like, here's the other things you can buy. And it was like a bunch of like small stuff. And then I clicked it and I was like, oh, socks would be nice. I was like looking through Nova pictures to see which one I wanted to put on the socks. Mm-hmm. And I saw a picture of myself like as I was scrolling. And I was like, wait, that's even better. I'm fucking cute. I'm gonna put myself on a sock.
Yeah, man. Just plaster yourself on every little thing that you can. Give her a shirt, socks. Give her like some undies too.
Yeah, she'll never escape.
Get some shoes with your face on it. Imagine that. It's funny because when I saw that blanket, I was like, yo, I don't know if you want me to tell. Did she know where you got it from? Because I saw that shit too on Instagram. Yeah, I had Instagram for it. I sent it to Tiffany. Like, Tiffany, I really like. I want to get this for Nala. And then Sabrina sent me the snap that you got that same blanket for Sabrina. I was like, oh shit.
They were freaking listening to us, dude.
Yeah.
They're like checking our phones.
Oh my God, those Instagram ads. There's one thing off Instagram.
Well, actually, I saw the ad on Instagram after I found that website.
Oh yeah, you did?
Because I was just Googling stuff because I had the idea to print Nova's face on something. And I was like, customizable mugs. But then Sabrina just got like a customized mug for her friend. So I was like, all right, I can't do that. Customizable clothes. And then that website came up like blanket, I was like, oh, perfect. And then like as soon as I bought it, I get all these ads for the freaking website.
They fucking know, man. It's always one thing and then it just starts snowballing into a lot of other things. But yeah, man, like I really want to get that blanket too. Just get it for Nala and a cookie, and maybe give it to my parents or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think they would really like it.
I'm so susceptible to those Instagram ads though.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling. Like sometimes I'll just like open it and the first post is like an ad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is cute. And I go to get down this rabbit hole.
Sometimes you just like, damn, should I go look at the Instagram stories? Because all you see, like once you go through the story, they gave you a fucking ad. Like, damn it, dude. Oh, do I want to get it? I think one thing I also saw on there that I wanted to get was like a projector.
Oh.
I really have no use for it, to be honest, because I don't really have much of a white wall to put it on.
Put it on your ceiling.
Oh, fucking true. That's right. I mean, I already have a TV in my room already.
But you could lay down flat on your back and watch movies
That's
on
true.
your
That's true.
cuddle with Tiffany and just watch movies at the ceiling.
That's yeah.
Wait. I don't work for them. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Don't get the projector, but unless they sponsor us, then do get the projector. Yeah, man.
My friend was telling me, like, I tend to do that a lot. Like, I try to sell stuff to people. I'm like, man, you guys should get a hydro flask. It's double wall, thermal insulated, and it comes in a lot of different cool colors. And they're like, what? Do you work for them?
And then you start showing yourself like commercials. Like, look at me using it in the kitchen. Look at me filling up inside.
Hydro flask sling.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, I do like product recommendations though. I feel like it makes your life a little bit better.
Especially from people that you trust.
Oh yeah.
Like your friends. You're like, oh, like they're not going to steer me wrong, you know?
Right.
They're going to give me good stuff.
That reminds me, I was talking to Sabrina one time and I was telling her how I want, you know how people make a new Instagram for like anything, like, or what's it called, a Finsta or some shit?
I don't know.
Just to make an Instagram, like for example, like they have puppy Instagrams for their own dogs.
Okay, right.
Or an Instagram of like a workout, a fitness Instagram or some shit. I was thinking, I don't know if it's already new or not, but I was thinking of making an Instagram and just reviewing products that I use every day, or just use that I like to use.
It sounds familiar. I think you've talked about this before.
Have I?
I think so.
On the podcast or just like in general?
I'm not sure, but it sounds really familiar. I think you've talked to me about this before.
Oh man, maybe just the thought just escaped me. But yeah, that's what my thought.
Yeah.
Just making just a new Instagram. I feel like it's a lot of work to upkeep though.
I mean, if that's true about anything, like it's true about this. We don't, try to make it like not stressful.
Oh, that's true.
Just do it whenever you feel like it, when we have time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, just pretty much an Instagram of just product reviewing, just my thoughts on it and what the cons are of it.
Yeah.
Just what I recommend it to a friend or not.
Like, this is the new Power Beats wireless earbuds. They like you just talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, a little too bassy for my tastes, but
But if you're looking for this kind of thing,
Yeah.
this would probably be great for you,
battery life was like 18 hours, 16 minutes.
But yeah, I mean, just like, because sometimes I just use something, and then someone will ask me like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just like wireless headphones, wireless earphones that I use." Like, oh my god, I could be using that for my workout or something. Mm-hmm. And they're like, maybe I could just wear like an Instagram thing where people just like look at the stuff that I use and they just like, oh, maybe that'd be good for me too. Because there are some things out there that you don't know that exists, and when you come across it, like, oh my god, that'd be really good for me.
Right.
I don't, it's like you didn't know you needed it until you saw it.
Yeah, like this. It's like a little silicone thing. It's like a head massager. I never knew I needed it, and then I was like, wow, this thing feels so good. It's like head massager.
Oh man, I actually I need to look that up because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm imagining, what the dogs, what they use for dogs, that little head massager.
Yeah,
where you like put it on the head and it kind of like scratches the head. I'll put the second vlog up. I think that was a month. I think a little bit after the other episode that we did, the last episode that we did. What I really liked is that like after I put that up, Tiffany like really enjoyed it. It's like, then make more vlogs. I'm like, oh my gosh, my #1 supporter, yo. It was nice to hear. But basically, it was just me Actually, I don't want to ruin it. No spoilers. You watch it.
Yeah, because then non-patrons can't get it for free. You know, you can't talk about it. They gotta subscribe if they want to see it.
That's true. Exclusivity. But yeah, I guess another new thing that's been going on in my life is that I got a new car.
You sure you did?
I did.
Red one.
A red one. I named her Scarlett. That's her official name now. Took me a while to figure it out. I was like, I don't know what to name her because it was a Mazda CX-5, and I thought I wanted to start with an M name, but I wanted to. Tiffany was giving me like suggestions of all the M names I can give to her, but it didn't work out too well. Vicky suggested Scarlett me. I was like, oh my god, that actually sounds really nice. It stuck with me. So
like Scarlet, as in the color and the name.
Yep, Scarlett as the color and the name.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I really think it embodies, because my last car's name was Sebastian. Goodbye, Sebastian. You served me well. But yeah, when I got Scarlett, I was super excited. She felt really good to drive. But then there was at one point where I had to take Vicky to get her license test. So she can, but she's been practicing with Sebastian to drive Sebastian over to her place. The difference between driving Sebastian and Scarlett, it was different. Because when I got back into Sebastian, I just started feeling really nostalgic in a way. Just because everything just felt right. Scarlett felt good, but when I got back into Sebastian, it's everything felt right.
Yeah.
The driver's seat had the nice mold of my butt on there. When I sat in, just felt right. I knew where to put my arm. I knew how well the steering wheel turned and how fast I needed to go. I had everything where I needed to be. Everything just was just there. But then when now driving Scarlett, just kind of you have to figure things out again. And the feel is different, but it still felt good, but it's still different. It's not the same. But I guess it just takes some time to bake her in.
Is there one time where you're all right, I know this is my last drive with Sebastian?
Yeah.
And you drive a little bit longer, go around the block a couple more times.
I was actually tearing up a little bit on the way to Vicky to take a license, just because I was getting so sad. Damn, I'm gonna miss this car, because it was my first new car, if anything. Sebastian was my first new car, and just driving him/her, just because just driving Sebastian, it was nice while I had him. And I don't know, it brought me so many places. I think the furthest I drove Sebastian was Pittsburgh, which is a 4-hour drive. I'm gonna miss it. But I mean, I had to give it up to, the reason why I got the new car is because I was giving up Sebastian to my cousin who needed a car, because he just came over from Vietnam. He needed a car, so my dad suggested I give my car, Sebastian, over to him. I would get a new car. So it was exciting though to get Scarlett.
A new car it was really exciting. Mm-hmm. Does it feel like a new chapter in your life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different because it's a new chapter, more so because it's more fitting to what my lifestyle is now. Because when I had Sebastian, he is a sedan, a Honda Accord. He was really fast, V6 engine, and it's kind of more so, I don't want to say showboaty, but more like a boys, kind of a young boy's drive fast kind of car style. Whereas now Scarlett is more, she's an SUV with a bigger cargo space, which I would much more fits my lifestyle now, because I go camping a lot now, and I needed the all-wheel drive just to get to work. That's mainly the two reasons why I got an SUV now, or Scarlett. Sebastian couldn't really handle those kind of conditions. When I would drive Sebastian through rocks and shit, I was like, fuck, man. I could feel the rocks hitting the bumper. Whenever I would try to get to work, I would Sebastian would get stuck in the snow. I'm like, fuck, this is not good. When it snows, I would get worried to drive Sebastian. I was like, am I going to make it to my destination? But now that I have Scarlett, I don't have to worry about that anymore. It actually fits my lifestyle now, So yeah, I would say it fits my new chapter of my life now. Have you I know the car that you have now was from your parents, I'm assuming?
It's my sister's old car. I think it's that being my first car, I feel I can't go to a sedan. I'm always gonna have an SUV for the rest of my life.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's very different.
Mm-hmm.
when I drive like anyone else's car, like when I drive a sedan, I'm like, I'm too low to the ground, you know, I just feel too like tiny.
It's very. I feel like when you drive a sedan, it feels more sportier. You know, it's like a NASCAR or fast driving kind of thing. When you low to the ground, that's how I felt when I was driving Sebastian.
And I always have so much shit in my trunk that like I can't go back to like a normal.
Right. Yeah.
I have a bunch of stuff. I have like my sleeping bag back there, a lawn chair back there.
That's funny.
Sleeping pad.
Do you ever? So you don't ever think you would buy a sedan after driving a SUV?
No. I'm always gonna have a SUV, I think.
Have you ever felt like you drove like a fast car before?
Not really. I've never really had like an experience driving like a real powerful car.
I think I was spoiled from the beginning, because my dad has always told me like always get a big engine, like a 6 V6 engine or 6 liter engine. I was like, oh, okay. And then ever since I got Sebastian, it's been really fast. Everything. If I drove another car that wasn't as fast as Sebastian, I was like, oh my god, dude, this is a drag. So now, whenever I have to buy a new car, if I were to get a new car, it just has to have like a fast engine for me now. I think it's really exciting when you start to get into that phase where like you start thinking about buying a new car, because then you just start looking at everything. You just want to find the perfect one.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can like add stuff you want. You know, like I want like this kind of camera. I want like this kind of function in the car, seating, this on the radio.
Car buying, like it's kind of, I don't want to say stressful, but it's like a process, dude.
Yeah, of course.
It's like you find what you want, but then like at the same time, once you get that done and over with, you have to go do like negotiating with the dealerships and everything. You call around, like you find the best price, and it's like, oof. I don't miss that. No. It's a little nerve wracking for me.
You can always haggle a lower. If you think like, wow, I'm already getting a pretty big discount, they could probably go lower.
Yeah, definitely, because dealerships always they have their own incentives from when they buy from the make or the company.
Yeah.
But they don't list it on the invoice, and like that's like one of their haggling techniques when they talk, like when you're trying to negotiate with them. Like, well, you can take a look at the invoice. Like, this is what we got it for. And like,
all right.
Anything else that's updates in your house, in your life? How's work been?
What sucks is that like even if things open up again, I don't know if I'm willing to go out there. You know?
Right.
Even if the families are willing and like everything opens up, the company is willing. They're like, you can go. I don't know if I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Because not just for me, because I am usually pretty careful. I wash my hands, you know, I always carry around hand sanitizer, wear a mask. But then the thing is, I'm going to be carrying like shit from one house to the next house to the next house. You know, the nature of the job makes us a perfect vector to carry this disease, you know? Mm-hmm. Literally, they're like, if you're going to go out or like, if you're going to do stuff within your household, then I'm going from household to household to household, just like carrying germs throughout. And the thing is, I don't stay in one part of the city too. I drive around all through Philly. So it's like, I'm the freaking plague rat, you know? I carry it to all across the city, from house to house, spreading that coronavirus everywhere I go. And I don't know if I feel comfortable risking that, you know?
Right. That's hard. That's a hard decision to do, you know?
Yeah. The alternative would be to continue to do like teleservices, you know, like teleinterventions, or find something else, like a hospital job or something. Hopefully, because I have like more experience in pediatric now, maybe I can find something in children's hospital network, you know, something like that.
Yeah. Use that to your leverage.
Yeah. So that's something I'm like extremely like insecure about though, like my interviewing skills. Not to say like I don't think I'm a bad speaker. I don't know. It's something like
interviews are hard.
I don't know.
It's very nerve wracking. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's why it takes a lot. For me at least, I take a lot of time beforehand just to look up. I just research questions.
Same.
Practice questions.
Yeah.
Just prepare myself. You know.
I think the thing that hinders me is that I tend to speak really slowly, and I pause a lot, and I like take my time to think about what I want to say. Mm-hmm. And that makes me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just trying to find the words just to make it. Does it feel like you're trying to find the words to make it sound like you're good, but then at the same time you're stumbling, and then on the way.
No,
that
mostly
kind of
I think it's just I talk slow. Like this is the speed that I usually talk, and it makes it seem like either I'm like maybe it seems like I'm disinterested or like I don't know what I'm talking about. Because here's an example. Back in college, we had this presentation, right? It's a group project. There's the three of us, and I pretty much was the only one who was prepared for the presentation.
Okay.
Like I didn't have any note cards. I just knew my shit, you know. And when I got up there, I started talking like this, just kind of casually talking about the subject slowly and just like working through it, like thinking about it. And then I was like, all right, your guys' turn. And then the group were just like pull out their cards, just reading it. And I was like, oh shit, they fucking suck. But then later we got feedback from the professor, and I got my feedback, like the form. He like wrote down notes and shit. He was like, it really seemed like you were unprepared. And I was like, what the fuck? I was the only one who was prepared. My other group mates, like they got like, great job. And they just got like, I looked at I was like, show me your feedback forms. Give me that shit. And I looked at it and they were like, good job. And I was like, that was a good job. I knew what I was talking about, you know? And I just think it's the way I talk is very slow. And like, I tend to pause a lot.
And people misinterpret it as you.
Like, they think I don't know what I'm talking about. But I just pause. And for effect.
Yeah, for effect. For effect. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But I guess they just don't really know you that well to like, I don't know, in the beginning.
Right.
I guess that could be one probable thing. But I guess with them showing that they had cards, it kind of showed that they put in the work to write shit down.
They just read their cards. I was like, are you serious, guys? At least look up. Look up. There's people in there.
Maybe it's not so much about how they present it, but the info they present. Or
the issue is that I had good info.
That's true.
And I didn't have any. I was just like talking off the dome because I knew what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, about this subject, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. That's weird. I don't think I ever misinterpret anyone speaking slow as like not knowing their shit though.
I don't know.
It's like unless it's like super slow. They're just like well, hold on for a second. Let me think.
I don't usually do that, right?
No, not that I know of. So like what we're talking about like right now is fine.
I usually pause. I think that there's just like pauses in the middle of my sentences. And people think that's like, I also use like a lot. Maybe that's hindering me. But the issue is I don't even realize I'm using it.
Yeah.
It's so natural. It just rolls off the tongue.
Same. I understand that part because I do it like nonchalantly too without even realizing it.
It's just a space filler.
Yeah.
And I use it to indicate that my thought's not done.
Yeah.
I'm talking and it's like, give me a second. I'm still thinking.
Just to like elaborate on like an example.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, like we edit the podcast. I hear it too. I was like, okay, there's like a 2-second pause, and then like you go on. But like, it adds for effect as well, because with that you're able to actually elaborate on your thought much better. You know,
and it's shorthand. It's so much quicker than saying. An example would be, it'd be like, like, and then you just go into your example. You don't have to. Like preface it so much. Saves time,
It does. I have no problem with it.
I don't have any problem with that. People have an issue with it because they just don't like when they just don't like things that teenage girls like for some reason. That used to be like that California Valley Girl thing only, and people just like hated it. They're like, oh, it makes them sound dumb, and like it makes them like. There's extremely educated people who just use like a lot.
Yeah. It just helps to get the point across faster. And just, I don't know, as long as you get the message, what's the problem?
That's what I think. I think the important thing is that you understand the other person. You get their point, you know.
It's not about how they are. It's not about how they relay it to you. As long as you understand what they're trying to say, then.
But then again, we were talking about last time about like how the delivery matters so much.
You're right, dude. Shit. You're right. I guess. Well, I don't know how to put it now.
Yeah, I think it's different because it's like how someone speaks is not necessarily an indication of like their demeanor. Like they can say it in a nice way, however they like, you know.
Yeah.
You can be mean, but say it like super eloquently and articulate. You know, just be like well spoken, but be a douche about it. You know what I mean? Speaking of being insecure about things, do you have any insecurities? Like, are you like, for example, I'm insecure about my hair. I'm losing a lot of my hair. I'm insecure about that. I'm insecure about the way I look without a shirt on.
Oh.
And my teeth.
I do have insecurities. But unless you want to hone in on yours and what you want to talk about with yours right now. True.
Well, yeah, I've been losing my hair for probably I've noticed it probably in the last like 2 or 3 years. And it's definitely genetic. Like everyone on my dad's side, all my uncles and stuff.
Right.
And even on my mom's side, all my uncles and my cousins.
So it was bound to happen.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
Oh no.
Because my older cousins, like in Cali, they just like, both of my older cousins just shave their head.
Right. I mean, that's probably the easiest solution to it, you know?
It's the, you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah.
Shave it off.
Have you thought about that?
Shaving my head?
Yeah.
I have. But I don't think I would look good.
Have you ever tried before?
I have buzzed my head really, really short and really, really close, but that was before I started losing my hair. So it still had like nice lines, you know?
Right.
But if I do it now, I feel like it would just be, I'd have to be bald forever. I have to maintain it, you know? Because when it starts growing back in, it's going to look so bad.
Like uneven.
Yeah, looking. Like the big, like Vegeta's widow's peak.
Right.
Oh, man.
That's hard. I think for men, like losing hair or just like balding in some spot is like probably one of the biggest insecurities for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, because growing up, you just have so much hair. You just, you know, you live with it, and at some point, it just starts to slowly fade away. You know?
I don't think that it helps that I wear so many hats. Like I feel like it like exacerbates it.
Does it?
I don't know, but
is that the reason why you wear a lot more hats now?
Yeah. I mean, I've always worn hats, but definitely like way more than I did before.
Damn. How long have you been dealing with this insecurity?
My hair thing? Mostly when I started to notice it more. And when I like look at pictures, I'm like, oh shit, like my hair's going, you know? I think I really started feeling it more recently though.
Yeah.
Because it's like worse. And now like in a relationship, it's like I care about what I look like to her now.
Oh, that's nice.
She's like, I really don't care. And I'm like, but I care, you know? It's just like an anxiety thing.
I care for you.
Yeah, I care on your behalf.
How long has it been going on for?
The insecurity?
I mean, like, yeah, since you started noticing it.
Oh, probably like a last year and a half. I really started noticing it.
I think you still look good regardless.
I do, huh? I think it's just sometimes when I see pictures, I just like it like snaps me back. You know, I'm like, oh crap, my hair's so like thin in some parts.
Usually, for me, when I start to notice stuff that I don't like about myself, I do a lot to change.
But then, how do you do something about something that's like genetic and like something that's happens to like all men? You know, they just lose hair. There are. I did look into minoxidil, like Rogaine, but that is a lifetime commitment. Like if you start using it, you'll always have to use it. If you stop, it'll just like fall out again.
Oh,
yeah, that's the other alternatives are like hair implants and those kind of surgeries. But then it's like thousands of dollars just to like fix my hairline. Like, I don't know if it's in the cards right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Is there any other options?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's like other stuff out there.
I guess if it's something within your capacity to, if it's something that you're willing to go, how far you're willing to go for it. For example, it's something that you just have to accept, and you just have to learn how to accept,
Yeah.
at that point.
I think that's where I am right now. It's like a sort of like a, it is what it is.
Yeah.
There's like, I'll try Rogaine, but then at the same time, it's like, I'll just wear more hats.
Yeah, I think you look great, man. Especially with a hat too, dude. Hat on, hat or off.
It's become a big part of my identity. Back in high school, I was like, I started it as a gimmick. Like, I just want to be the guy who wears hats all the time. And then now I am the guy who wears hats all the time.
You are the hat guy.
In high school, I just wanted like, I want to be like recognizable, like everyone will see me like, here's that kid who's always wearing a hat. Who's always getting in trouble for wearing hats in class, Is there anything you're insecure about?
I was insecure about my weight. Not my weight, but my body. As you all know, I already told you about this before, but yeah, I was just like last year, I was like, fuck, man, I was like a fucking, gained a ton of weight. You could definitely see it through my shirt. I was like, fuck, I need to do something about this. Like, it's time to, it's time to stop. So I just kind of made a change for the better. But besides that, I think I've already talked about that before. But if there's any other securities, I mean, I'm sure I have a lot. Nothing really comes to mind as of right now.
That was such a big motivator for me, like to work out. I was just like standing in front of the mirror at rest, and you can see like a stomach. I was like, hell no.
I gotta flatten up a little bit more. Yeah. I think it's a lot more have to perceive, like it. A lot of it kind of has to perceive on how people think about me, and I'm always constantly worrying about what people think about me. I try my best to just hone it down. Not constantly, but it dawns on my mind time to time. But I have to keep like relaying to myself. I have to keep talking myself out of it. Like, stop thinking about this. Like, it's not good for you. I'm like, okay.
I mean, yeah, I have that too. That's a big part of how my anxiety works is I'm just constantly thinking about the way people think of me. Like, I just imagine that they're perceiving me a certain way, I'm like, everyone's judging me right now. Everyone's like saying stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So I get that.
It's just like, I just have to, for me, it helps me to reel it into what's really important. Who do I really care about opinions of me?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the important people's opinions of me, rather than people who I shouldn't really care too much about. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is like Tiffy's opinion of me is probably my highest priority, and like honestly, I don't have any worry about that because she knows me inside and out.
Yeah.
So why should I care about anyone else's at that point? After that, and I don't know. I know we keep saying before that we want people to perceive us as smart. I kind of thought about it again. I think I more want people to perceive me as being fun.
I think that was clear from the last time we talked about this. You were talking about how you want people to perceive you as smart, but then you talked about like how you want people to be like to see you as that like fun, like easygoing guy.
Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have like kind of person that you want to hang out with. You don't ever have to worry about anything from. Sometimes my other insecurities, I guess, would be like, I guess it hones down to like every other like male too, like how like your sexual performance would be in bed. Like I always wonder, like, am I good in bed? I don't know.
Just ask.
But I don't want to say what Tiffy says, but
this is just in general. For that specifically, I think it's important to have open channels of communication in that area.
Definitely.
Like, people always like talk about how they're insecure about certain things, and the solution is just just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just literally ask them, like, oh, I'm thinking about buying my girlfriend this, but I don't know if she'll like it. And you're like, just ask her.
Yeah. Just gotta be just 100% like open and just make sure that they know what is going through your head so that they understand what's going on.
Because here's the thing, if you're worried about let's go back to sexual performance. If you're worried about that, the easiest way to improve is to ask about it. Just be like, oh, what can I do better? And then she'll tell you. She'll literally be like, well, okay, here, this. And you're like, oh, great. I'll just do all those things next time. And it works out.
But sometimes I feel like it could backfire a little bit. It's like, oh, fuck, this whole time I could be working on these things where like,
yeah, I mean, then it's like, that's on you. Then you have to just be like, all right, I have to be better. From now on, I'll never make that mistake again.
That's true. As long as you're told on what you can work on, it's on you to, there's two ways you can take it. You can either sob about it or just actually do something about it.
Because then the alternative is she tells you and you don't do it, then that's on you. You're not being a good partner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like other than that, insecurities. I don't know. I can't it doesn't come to my mind. Mm-hmm. But if you start bringing up some like of yours,
you're like, oh yeah.
Maybe it'll jog my memory a little bit.
Which one else what else did I bring up? Oh, my teeth.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There you go. That's one too.
Because growing up, I've always had crooked teeth. When I was a kid, I had fucked up teeth. It was jacked up. And once I got braces and then I got them off. Well, I had braces and I was super insecure about that too. Then I was like, metal in my face. I'm like, all nasty. And then I got them off. And I think that it just lingered, that feeling of insecurity about my teeth. Even though my teeth are straight now, I still have that it's like a holdover from my past. I'm just like paranoid, like, oh, there's something in my teeth, or is it like my teeth are crooked, or like my teeth are yellow? Just always thinking about how my teeth look.
I think your teeth look great, bro.
Thank you.
I don't think you have anything to worry about, if anything, man.
I know it's just an insecurity. It doesn't have to make sense. It just bothers me for some reason.
Do you ever try practicing smiling in the mirror? And
I have, because after I got my braces off, I just would do that for hours.
Yeah, me too. Because you just want to look good in pictures, that's
because before I would always, when I had crooked teeth and braces, I would always smile with no teeth. But then after I got them off, I actually practiced in front of the mirror. All right, you have good teeth now. You just have to show your smile.
You just show it off at this point, you know. I really don't think you should have any insecurities for your teeth, even though you might feel that way. But I really don't think.
I don't know. It's just an anxiety thing. I can't even control it. I just feel insecure about random stuff.
And you're thinking that the anxiety came over, was just kind of washed over from before you had your braces and everything.
Right.
I feel what you mean. Because I also had that kind of issue too, where in third grade I was on a skateboard, but I was riding a skateboard not the way you're supposed to ride a skateboard. I basically had two knees on the I was in third grade, so I had both my knees on the skateboard. I was using my arms to push myself.
Oh, no.
Fucking, that one toy in Toy Story? There was fucking it's like that guy.
Yeah, the muscle guy.
Yeah. He was pushing himself with his arms, and then basically I was going downhill, and I kind of swerved to the left, and I hit the curb with the skateboard. I fall forward, and I busted my face onto the curb.
Damn.
I basically curb stomped myself. Wait, I told the story before, didn't I?
I think so.
On our previous podcast. But yeah, I chipped my fucking tooth. Basically, and I thought I lost the whole tooth. I was like, oh, cool, I got my whole tooth gone. It's no, Tin, half your tooth was gone. I was like, what? I looked in the mirror. This shit was clean sliced off. So I had one whole front tooth and one half front tooth. And I had that for a good year or two. Had a new cap put on, but that cap looked fucking disgusting. So basically, yeah, teeth were also a big insecurity for me.
Yeah.
And up until when the podcast we had with Tiffany last year, that's when like it really helped a lot of my insecurity there, because now I like my teeth actually look nice.
Yeah.
Like for once. Finally.
Symmetrical.
Yeah, symmetrical. But it's not like it never stopped me before from smiling. You know, I've always smiled.
But you were just like self-conscious about it.
Yeah, I was very self-conscious about it. But now that that's gone, it's helped a lot. And yeah, for a long time that was my insecurity too. Now I have nice teeth. I smile even wider now, if anything. And I guess from sometimes I noticed that my teeth would be like a little like tinted a little bit. I just get some like whitening strips.
Yeah,
and
I just ordered a bunch.
Yeah, they help, dude. I got so many compliments from that.
Like,
too.
wow, Tim, you look good. I can't tell what it is, but you look good.
Yeah, one time, no, I was putting it on one time, and then I went to one of Tiffany's like fundraisers for work, and it was the first time meeting coworkers, and like, oh my god, your teeth are like really like white. They look really nice. I'm like, thank you. I told her like I've been using white strips too. I'm like, oh my god, it's been helping me a lot. I recommend using them if you ever think about using them. It's funny shit.
So, despite all your insecurities, do you feel like you are an attractive person?
Now I do, yeah.
You feel like you're more attractive than the average person?
As of recently, yes, I do. Before, I didn't. You ever get to that stage before where like, maybe you're like 18 or like 20, but you like look at like older, like 25 to 20 to like 28-year-olds and like, holy shit, they're like good looking. And you look at yourself like, I would never be like good looking, you know? But then like once I finally reach that age, I'm like, I feel like I'm actually kind of good looking now, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Like you start to have.
I know what you mean.
You hit that like that stride, like holy shit, I'm at their level now. When I thought they were good looking.
I think what happened was I learned how to dress. Like
Yeah.
I've always thought like I had like a cute face. I've always like, yeah, I'm like pretty cute, you know? But then I think the way I dressed really brought me down though. I was just like, wear like all these like baggy clothes and like not, but then recently in the last like, I'll say like 5 years maybe, not even less than that probably. I just bought better fitting clothes. I learned like to dress like a professional and just learned how to dress.
Fashion adds a really big factor to it too.
Yeah.
And
That's why I love the fall and the winter, because I get to like wear layers and like accessorize and like dress up. Because in the summer it's like just put on a t-shirt and some shorts. Like you can't wear more than that. It's too hot.
right, yeah.
But in the fall you can like throw on a sweater, layer up. You know,
That's when you actually
get a jacket out,
put some pop on.
Yeah.
Because with all the extra layer, you can actually make something look nice out of it, and it adds to the appeal.
I think the key is just get clothes that fit you. Don't get clothes that are too small. Don't wear clothes that are too baggy. You just have to wear like well-fitting clothes.
That's what I learned from Queer Eye. What's that one? Tan. Yeah, tan. Basically, you put it like into nice perspective for me. Like when I started watching Queer Eye, I was like, when he said like if you dress like you care, it shows to your partner that like, you know, it makes them much more appealing, that like who you are as a person, gives you much more character. Just by the way you dress, not even from your face or anything, it just shows like that you can take care of yourself and like you love yourself, you know? Like just put a little more thought on what you wear, and it goes a long way.
Right. What helps to fit into your clothes though is working out. Like that really like fills you up a little bit, so you can actually fit it in your clothes. But even if you don't work out and you're like a little scrawny or you're like a bigger person, just get clothes that fit you.
Yeah.
Because I think the tendency for bigger people is to buy even bigger clothes to just like hide it.
To hide their,
And I feel like that, like, I get what like the mentality there, but if you get clothes that fit you, you'll just, it looks much cleaner, you know, much more put together.
Because it's like if you buy clothes that are much bigger than what your body is, you're just in a way you're hiding yourself, and you're hiding yourself from the world too at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's like makes it noticeable. I'm like, damn, that shirt is huge.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's because it draws attention to the fact that they're so big.
Right.
But then if it's like a well-fitting shirt, like that, not like skin tight, but it fits, you know?
It's clean. It's not baggy. I don't know. I can't find the right word for it, you know?
It's hard to express. It just has to fit well.
When you see it, if you know, you know. There was one thing I was very insecure about. I think it goes back to our shitting episode, where I wouldn't say it happened recently, but it was more so. It was during Temple one time. Me and Tiffany were on our way to school. However, you know, like I live far away from Temple. Like it's a 45-minute drive for me from my house. Give or take, I had to put on another 15 minutes because I had to pick up Tiffany on the way to school. So as soon as I leave the house, and we're already like at the time where when you leave the house, you can't like take any stops because otherwise you'd be late for class. So I leave the house, and like literally like 5-10 minutes on the way to Tiffany's house, my stomach starts to hurt a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck, damn. All right, it's a little discomfort, not too bad, but you know, I gotta get to class or else I'm late. I had to sign in the fucking attendance sheet, and you know. So I get to pick up Tiffany, and then like 20 minutes on the way, my stomach starts to really hurt. I'm like, fuck, dude, I really have to take a shit. So, on the way there, I'm like telling Tiffany, my stomach fucking hurts. I was holding my seatbelt off of my like stomach so that it wouldn't like hurt as bad. And then once I finally got to the parking lot, I parked the car, and then I got out of the car, like took 2-3 steps, and then it just all fell out. I just all unloaded. I was like, oh my god. I was like, Tiffany, just go to class without me. I'm going back home. I can't go to school like this anymore. So Tiffany only knows about that story. No. And then I just kind of drove home in shame, and then just kind of got myself cleaned up and just kind of stayed home for the rest of the day. Just took an L for the day. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that was like 5 years ago. But yeah, just make sure you take your morning shits before you leave the house. You know, that's what I try to do now. Yeah. But yeah, I was really insecure about that for a while.
Insecure? Why?
Just because, I don't know.
It's like
it's
you were...
Just the whole situation, the thought of me just shitting myself and like, you know.
You were, what, like, embarrassed that... I mean, only Tiffany knew, right?
Yeah.
What were you embarrassed or insecure about that Tiffany would what? Like, tell people?
No, just, well...
Or Tiffany would make fun of you about it?
No, Tiffany would never make fun of me about it.
So...
It's just more so myself. Like, it's just the idea I'll put on myself. Like, ugh. I didn't want anyone else to find out at the time, too. So... And Tiffany was like really chill and cool about it. I was like, it's all right, Tim. Like, shit happens. Literally. Huh. And you know, like that was like my biggest, like, I don't know. I was like 21, 22 years old, and that shit gonna happen to me. Yeah. Now my secret's out here. It's all laid out. Bare bones.
I don't remember the last time I like pooped my pants. Yeah, I don't really remember. I will say though, like there are times that I thought it was a fart, but it was more. There's plenty of times. And it was like, it's gotten to the point where if I don't trust it, I'm like, I'm just gonna go sit down on the toilet just to be sure.
Some just feel a little different than others.
Can't risk it.
But yeah. I don't know. That's just, it kind of loomed on me. I asked Tiffany if I should talk about that story on the podcast. She was like, I think if you're ready for it. I was like, all right.
It was just something that you were like ashamed of.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of dawned on me. Maybe that like it might be not a big deal for everyone else, but I guess it was just a big deal for me in a way. Because in that moment, it's just like, oh my god, it's just.
I mean, yeah, you feel like you're an adult. You shouldn't be pooping your pants.
Exactly. And then just given the circumstances I was in, I just felt like I'd really try my way to the bathroom, like when I got out of the car. But like on the way there, I just haven't. I just like 2 or 3 steps away from the car, it just, hell just unleashed out of my ass. And it's like, ugh.
Brutal.
But now, I look back on it, I was like, whatever. It's another story to tell now. Just look back at it, laugh at it.
Yeah.
Just embrace it at this point. I'm only human.
Was it like you ate something bad, or it wasn't like diarrhea, was it?
It wasn't diarrhea. It was just like huge. It was a lot though. It was like a large amount.
What the fuck?
I don't know what else. It was just the morning thing. But like, and it sucks. That's why I hate fucking long commutes. I don't ever want to do a long commute ever again. Like, if I have a situation where you ever just leave a house and like 5 minutes later, you're just like, oh my God, I should have just went to the bathroom before I left.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that.
Happens to me a lot.
Yeah. But like driving to fucking Temple is like fucking 45 to 50 minutes. It's like, oh my God, that's torture.
Should have just pooped at home.
I know.
Just been late, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, Tiffany, we're gonna be late. I gotta take a shit.
The thing is, I didn't even have to go.
Oh, it hit you in the car.
It hit me in the car. I was like driving. I was like, okay, cool. Time to go to school. Okay, dude. What the fuck? Yeah. Other insecurities. Sometimes I always wished I could sing better, even though people tell me that I sing pretty good already.
Yeah, I wish.
But I still want to improve on it.
I wish I could sing better. I don't think I'm insecure about it, because I will sing anyways, even if I sound bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I do wish I could sing better.
It's something you just want to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I've actually thought about like finding a vocal coach or like a singing teacher or something like that.
oh yeah, dude. That'd be a really cool idea. Remember that idea that you had to do parkour? I'd still be down for that too.
Like a parkour gym?
Yeah, like a parkour gym.
I'm still down. It's just freaking quarantine.
Yeah.
Nuked all my plans.
Everyone's plans, dude.
Yeah. 2020 was the first year in a while that I actually planned stuff. Because it was the first year I had money to save up. So I could like plan trips, I could plan festivals, plan like joining a parkour gym.
Uh-huh.
And then quarantine hit and I had no more money. I had all these dreams and plans for 2020.
This fucking universe doesn't like us right now. Same for me too. Like once I finally got a job, same as you. Like we both got a job at almost like pretty much the same time. When we finally could afford to do things, then like shit just like
not allowed to.
Oh my God.
I was like gonna move out in 2020, or I had the plan to. You know, not happening.
Fuck, man. 2020 is the worst year yet.
Basically, next year is just gonna be a year of like recovery. You know, just like getting back to where I was mentally, financially.
You ever think have you ever wondered if you pissed someone off before?
I wish they would just be pissed off and like yell at me. Sometimes they're just like the quiet kind of angry. You're like, oh shit, are they actually mad at me or not? I can't tell.
Dude, if like people who are quiet angry scare me more than people who are actually like yelling at me angry. Because I think it's the mentality. I don't know.
What's an example? You have like a recent example?
No, I don't. Well, no, I don't. I remember my one coworker yelled at me because she was like kind of like, I was in my patient's room, but I had the door closed, but she was in her patient's room, and she's like kind of like yelling. And it was only me and her and one other nurse, and me and the other nurse were in our patient's room, but she was yelling for help, but both of us didn't hear her, but she was on the other side of the unit, and she was just kind of like yelling for help, like help, like call an RT, like I need like I didn't hear anything. I was like, what? But I did hear alarms blaring outside the room, so I like came out to check. Opened the door for a second. I hear her yelling from across the other unit. I was like, shit. So, and then when I finally like everything got settled, just like, why didn't you like da-da-da-da-da? I just didn't. I just took it. I just took it all in. I was like, oh shit, fuck, fuck. I just, and then I just kind of learned from it. But pretty much, yeah, she was like very upset. Like, why didn't you just come over and check on me? And like, why was your door closed? I was like, well, to make sure patients have privacy, and as we're always taught. But pretty much, she just kind of yelled at me for the whole situation, and then I don't talk back though. So I just kind of like took it all in. I was like, shit, okay. Now I know for next time not to make sure this doesn't happen again. But and then just like other times where I just feel like someone isn't as talkative as they usually are. So I'm just like kind of feeling kind of like an aura, and like, I wonder if they're mad at me or something just because something I did. But like you said, like don't assume something because they didn't say anything.
Yeah. But it's hard though, because some people are like bad communicators. They just like, if they're mad at you, they won't tell you, or they want you to do something but say the opposite. That's not helpful. That's frustrating.
And I don't know. It's just the idea, like when they don't say anything to you, it's like you want to do something about it. Like you want to be able to like remediate the anger that you caused.
So then at that point, I guess it falls on you, right? To be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah. Just, just ask them. Just a thought that comes to my head.
I mean, you can't be like, are you mad at me? Because then that makes people actually mad. Like,
yeah.
But if you're like, hey, are you okay? Then they're like, actually, no. Then they can actually talk about it, give them an opportunity to talk about it.
It's just the idea that comes across my mind. That's all I was asking.
Okay. I think, like we always say, just communication,
Yeah, communication is key.
Open and honest communication.
All right. I think we should probably wrap it up now.
Okay. At the end of every episode, we do a segment called What's Up With You? We just talk about something that's going on in our lives, something that we've been up to, something we watched. What's up with you, Tin?
I've been editing. I'm not sure if you saw it recently, but I've been editing a lot of videos recently of Call of Duty Warzone, because I don't know, we've been playing a lot recently, and I just have been having a really great time with them. So I've just been saving clips and highlights. So if you guys ever have a chance, and it's not exclusive to anyone, they're all on YouTube. So you guys have a chance, you can check it out. It's just me and my boys from high school just shooting the shit, having a great time. And yeah, just playing a game. And I just playing a lot of games recently. And as for show-wise, I started Ozark, which I feel is pretty cool, really nice. I've gotten like a lot of Breaking Bad vibes from it. It's very similar like atmosphere and storyline in a way. I'm still on the first season, and it's pretty nice. I recommend it. I've been hearing really good things about it, and so far it's true.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. Actually, you know who told me about it? It was Tiffany's dad.
Oh, really?
He was watching it in the living room, and I was like, oh, what is this? He was like, Ozark, very good. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, cool.
The thing is basically about a family that gets mixed in with the cartel. And I'll give you that much. I don't want to go any further than that. But it just basically puts you in it's just so stressful. Like they never get like the peace of mind, a break. It's just like one thing happens another, and leads to like it's just like constant stress. I'm like, oh man, come on, man. When can they get a break? So if you ever think about getting mixed up with the cartel,
don't.
Just get ready for a life of stress. All right, what's up with you, Alan?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I've been trying to get my typing speed up faster. Mm-hmm. So for the longest time, my average was somewhere around 50 words per minute, like 50 something words per minute. And that's pretty sufficient, I think, for like most things. But I just felt like I wanted to be faster. So I started doing like practice typing, like go to those tests, practice like typing tests, and just keep practicing those. And then I started doing typeracer.com. It's basically like you race against other people. So it'll be like 4 people will queue up, and then you'll just try to like type the given phrase or statement like the fastest. And I feel like that competitive edge makes you try harder. So I'm like getting a little bit faster. I think I'm averaging around 60 words per minute now after been practicing for probably about like a month of practice. I've gotten it from 50 to 60. Like sometimes I'll go faster than 60. My peak so far has been 75, 80, just depending on the sentence. But average, it goes down to like about 60. It's pretty fun because it's just something like you can see like daily incremental like improvement.
Right.
And like the website shows you your average up in the top corner, and it's just very satisfying. Like the more you type, the higher you see your like numbers slowly go up day by day. It's like it started at like 48 and then at the top, and it would like tick up every day. Now I'm at like 60. I'm like, yes.
You actually see like a number value improvement.
Yeah, and it's always like good to see like to have concrete like proof of your improvement. You know, whenever anything you're doing, it's just like you see that incremental improvement. It feels good. Like pull-ups, for example, I've been doing like I can do more and more every like week, and just it feels good when you're like, wow, I did 5 more than I did last week. You know, like 5 more per set. I mean, so not like 5 more. No, I did 1 more extra every day.
Yeah, man. Like, I like how the idea of improving yourself too, because like, well, just going back to the whole keyboard thing, typing. I remember that there was the one time I was in middle school, we had like a keyboard class, and it was just kind of teaching you how to do a keyboard. And there was like a little game that you have to play where you're on this little rowing boat, and like you have to type out the words, and you have to get to the end and beat the other rowers or something.
Yeah,
I would be always the first one to finish the class because I was type so fast compared to everyone else. I mean, I'll be like piecing out, but damn, like I've seen people type so fast and it's so fucking crazy. Dude.
Yeah,
like they type 100 words to 120 words per minute. It's like
some of the people I race online, they go up to 120, 200.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, 200 words per minute. I'm like, 59. Oh,
do you have a mechanical keyboard?
I do.
Nice.
So it's like
click, 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 click.
Yeah, it was just randomly had this idea like, man, I really want to like improve myself in this random way, like some specific way. And I was like, oh, typing, you know?
That's a good practice.
And it's easy to practice because like you're just watching something and you just...
You should play Typing of the Dead.
Oh, yeah, I should.
That's definitely a good, fun typing game to play. Without a doubt. Highly suggest it. I think it's on Steam. I have a copy of it.
How much is it?
I have no clue. I think I got it for like $5 on like a Steam sale or some shit. I highly recommend it. That's cool. Maybe you can get to the next podcast, you probably get up to 100 words per minute.
Because I feel like you can see the improvement every day.
You ever like catch yourself in the middle of typing, like after you finish a sentence, like, wow, I typed that really quickly. Yeah. All right. I guess we should wrap it up.
All right. Thank you for listening, everyone. That was another episode of Oka Cast.
Yes.
It was kind of a little bit of a longer one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got a nice we got to a nice topic near the second half of the podcast, so I guess we wanted to elaborate a little more on it. But yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys. Till next time. Bye.